Have you ever felt a presence when you were alone? A whisper in the wind, a shadow just beyond your sight? Many believe the dead watch over us, guiding, protecting, even warning. But is that true? What if everything we thought we knew was wrong? Ancient texts hold secrets, long buried and often misunderstood. The Bible speaks of the unseen, the spirits, the afterlife. But what does it really say? Today we begin a journey into the unknown. Are you ready for the truth? For centuries, cultures around the world have spoken of spirits lingering beyond death. Some find comfort in the thought of loved ones watching over them. Others fear the restless souls of the departed. But what if the answer has been in front of us all along, hidden in the pages of Scripture? In the book of Ecclesiastes 9:5, it is written, "For the living know that they will die, but the dead know nothing. They have no further reward, and even their name is forgotten." A striking revelation. Could it be that the dead are unaware, unable to see, hear, or intervene in the world of the living? If so, what are these experiences that so many claim to have? Perhaps the confusion stems from stories passed down through generations. We hear of ghosts, of spirits reaching out, yet the Bible paints a different picture. In Luke 16, Jesus tells the story of the rich man and Lazarus, two men, one poor, one wealthy. In life their worlds were vastly different, but in death the divide was even greater. The rich man in torment calls out, begging for relief. Yet Abraham tells him a hard truth. Between the living and the dead, a great chasm exists, one that cannot be crossed. If the dead could interact with the living, wouldn't the rich man have returned to warn his brothers? Instead, Abraham makes it clear they have Moses and the prophets, and if they will not listen to them, they will not believe, even if one were to rise from the dead. And yet, what of those moments when the air feels thick with an unseen presence? What of the whispers, the visions? Are they illusions of the mind or something else entirely? Could there be another force at play, masquerading as those we love? We journey deeper into the shadows, peeling back layers of mystery. If the dead do not roam among us, then who or what does? Ancient prophets, revered for their divine insight, repeatedly cautioned against misconstruing the nature of life after death. Jeremiah, in his Lamentations, described a state of lost hope and wandering spirits, a condition that serves as both a warning and a mystery. The prophets did not merely recount the existence of the dead, they offered stern admonitions regarding the temptation to seek communion with these forces. Such interactions, they warned, could lead to spiritual peril. Their messages evoke a profound sense of caution. The dead, they implied, remain in a realm governed by its own immutable laws, separate from the order of the living. This duality challenges us to reconsider our understanding of spiritual encounters and to question whether our modern interpretations align with the ancient wisdom embedded in Scripture. With these somber warnings echoing in our minds, our journey takes a poignant turn towards one of the most stirring accounts of resurrection and despair. In the Gospel of John, we encounter the stirring story of Lazarus, a man whom death could not permanently claim. Jesus' miraculous act of raising Lazarus from the dead not only defied natural order, but also challenged the prevailing notions about the permanence of death. This event stands as a testament to the mysterious interplay between divine power and mortal limitation. Yet, it also raises questions. If resurrection is possible, why then do many souls remain confined to the shadows of oblivion? The account of Lazarus invites us to explore the contradictions inherent in our understanding of death and the afterlife. In this moment of miraculous hope, we must ask ourselves if the dead truly watch over us, or if their silence is a reflection of a promise yet to be fulfilled. As we transition from this moment of wonder, the inquiry deepens into the very nature of existence beyond the grave. The Bible offers no simple answers when it comes to the mysteries that lie beyond the grave. Through its varied narratives, from the stern warnings in Ecclesiastes to the miraculous signs in the Gospels, Scripture challenges us to look beyond the surface. In these ancient texts, death is not an endpoint, but a transformation, a passage into realms where the rules of life are rewritten. However, such transformation is shrouded in ambiguity. Are the phenomena we witness merely the echoes of a past existence, or do they indicate a continuous presence? Biblical scholars have long debated whether the dead have any influence over the realm of the living. This inquiry forces us to reconcile our innate experiences with the divine revelations of a higher order. In our next chapter, we delve into the enigmatic journey of the soul, a journey that defies human comprehension, yet is central to our spiritual heritage. The soul's journey, as described throughout biblical lore, is a profound odyssey marked by both hope and uncertainty. Biblical narratives paint the soul as an immortal essence, one that transcends the physical confines of the body. The story of the rich man and Lazarus, for example, presents a stark dichotomy. While the soul of the humble finds solace, that of the arrogant is condemned to torment. This dichotomy raises compelling questions about divine justice and the ultimate destiny of every soul. Is the soul's path predetermined by earthly actions, or is there room for redemption even after death? The answers, veiled in mystery, challenge us to reflect on the moral dimensions of our lives and to consider the spiritual ramifications of our choices. As we proceed, the conversation shifts to the perplexing nature of spiritual encounters, experiences that blur the line between perception and reality. Across time and cultures, countless accounts have emerged of individuals experiencing inexplicable encounters, visions, whispers, and fleeting presences that defy logic. The Bible itself records instances where divine intervention appears to bridge the gap between the living and the deceased. Yet these phenomena are often met with skepticism and interpreted as illusions or the workings of an overactive mind. The tension between faith and doubt becomes palpable when one considers these encounters. Are they the manifestations of a spiritual realm that silently observes our every move, or are they the projections of a soul in turmoil? By examining these accounts through a biblical lens, we are invited to question our preconceptions about reality and to explore the possibility that the unseen may indeed be real. Our next chapter embarks on a thorough exploration of how the Bible characterizes the nature of spirits themselves. The Scriptures offer a nuanced view of spirits, often distinguishing between righteous souls and malevolent forces. In many instances, the spirit is depicted as a messenger, a conduit for divine truth and guidance. However, the Bible also warns of deceptive spirits that can lead the unwary astray. This duality is evident in passages that caution believers against engaging with entities that do not originate from divine authority. The careful discernment required to navigate these spiritual interactions underscores the complexity of the unseen world. As we contemplate these distinctions, the question arises, if the dead are not the benign watchers many imagine, then what is the true nature of the spiritual forces that occasionally reveal themselves to us? This inquiry naturally leads us to consider the profound separation that exists between the realms of the living and the dead. A recurring theme in biblical literature is the existence of an unbridgeable chasm between life and death. In the parable of the rich man and Lazarus, this chasm is depicted as insurmountable, a divide that no human effort can overcome. This separation is not merely physical, but is imbued with profound spiritual significance. It serves as a reminder of the finality of earthly existence and the irreversible transition that death represents. Yet, the mystery lingers. If this chasm is absolute, why then do we sometimes sense a presence or feel the uncanny touch of something beyond our mortal realm? As we explore this tension, we are forced to confront the possibility that our understanding of life, death, and the spaces between may be incomplete. The narrative now turns to the subtle signs that hint at a connection between the heavenly and the earthly. Throughout history, many have reported experiencing subtle signs, fleeting moments of clarity, inexplicable occurrences that seem too poignant to be mere coincidence. The Bible is replete with accounts of miracles and wonders that defy natural explanation. These instances are often seen as whispers from heaven, messages intended to guide or warn. The very nature of these signs challenges the rigid boundaries we impose between the physical and the metaphysical. As we delve into these mysteries, we are reminded that the divine often communicates in ways that are as enigmatic as they are profound. What then is the relationship between these heavenly whispers and the notion that the dead might watch over us? Could these signs be the indirect manifestations of a higher power working through the echoes of those who have passed? This contemplation sets the stage for a closer look at the roles of the righteous in the afterlife. Many traditions speak of ancestors as intercessors, guardians who offer guidance from beyond. The Bible, too, hints at the possibility of the righteous continuing to influence the world of the living. While the separation between life and death is clear, there are subtle indications that the virtuous may retain a form of spiritual presence. This idea is particularly resonant in the context of collective memory and the enduring impact of a life well lived. Yet, the scriptures make it evident that such influence is not a matter of active intervention, but rather a testament to a legacy that inspires the living. The notion that our forebears might watch over us, not as literal guardians, but as enduring exemplars of faith and morality, offers both comfort and a call to introspection. Our exploration now veers toward the darker side of spiritual manifestations, a realm where deception and false apparitions lurk. In a world awash with spiritual encounters, not all manifestations originate from truth. The Bible warns against false prophets and deceptive spirits that masquerade as benevolent forces. These impostors, cloaked in the semblance of the departed or the divine, can lead even the most devout astray. The danger lies in the seductive nature of these apparitions, which prey on our deepest desires for connection and understanding. This chapter invites us to exercise discernment and to question whether every spectral encounter is a genuine message from beyond or a cunning ruse designed to obscure the truth. The line between authenticity and deception is perilously thin, and recognizing this is crucial for anyone who seeks to unravel the mysteries of the unseen world. With the shadows of deception behind us, the journey advances towards a realm of hope and eternal promise. Even in the face of uncertainty and despair, the Bible offers a vision of eternal hope, a promise of redemption and life beyond the grave. The resurrection of Jesus stands as the ultimate symbol of this hope, a beacon that defies the finality of death. This promise is not confined to the pages of Scripture. It resonates within the hearts of believers who find solace in the belief that death is but a transition to a glorious eternity. Here, the discussion shifts from fear to faith, from the unknown to the possibility of divine renewal. The eternal perspective challenges us to view our mortal struggles through the lens of a larger, more magnificent reality. A reality where even the silence of the dead speaks of a hope that transcends the temporal. This renewed hope beckons us to engage in a broader debate about the spiritual realms as presented in Scripture. Scholars and theologians have long engaged in passionate debates over the nature of the spiritual realms as depicted in the Bible. Is there a structured hierarchy among the unseen, Or do these realms operate in a more fluid, mysterious manner? Scriptural evidence drawn from both Old and New Testaments offers clues that invite diverse interpretations. Some argue that the afterlife is a well-ordered domain of reward and punishment, while others see it as an enigmatic space where divine mercy prevails. This chapter examines these differing viewpoints, encouraging a thoughtful reflection on how our interpretations of Scripture shape our understanding of the unseen world. As we navigate this debate, we are compelled to reconcile our personal experiences with the authoritative texts that have guided believers for millennia. The discussion now shifts to the power of personal testimonies and the voices that echo from the past. Across generations, personal testimonies have served as a bridge between the living and the dead. These accounts, rich with emotion and fraught with mystery, offer glimpses into encounters that defy ordinary explanation. The Bible is replete with stories of individuals who have been touched by the divine, whose lives were forever altered by encounters that seem to transcend mortal existence. These narratives, often passed down through oral tradition, resonate with the power of lived experience. They remind us that the interplay between the seen and unseen is not merely a matter of abstract theology, but one that affects real lives. As we reflect on these voices from the past, we are drawn to consider whether the dead, through their enduring legacies, continue to influence our journey in ways both subtle and profound. Having heard these powerful testimonies, we now turn our attention to the moments of silence that often speak louder than words. Silence, in its profound depth, often carries more meaning than any spoken word. In the quiet moments of our lives, when the clamor of the world fades away, we sometimes sense a presence that defies explanation. The Bible, in its poetic expressions, acknowledges the power of silence, a silence that can be both comforting and unsettling. It is in these interludes that the mysteries of the afterlife seem to whisper their secrets, inviting us to listen. Beyond the noise of daily existence, what is it about these moments of quiet that opens a window to the unknown? Could it be that the silence itself is a canvas upon which the divine paints its most subtle messages? As we explore this theme, we are encouraged to embrace the unspoken, recognizing that sometimes the most profound revelations come not through words, but through the stillness of our hearts. This exploration of silence sets the stage for a reflection on the parables and riddles that have long been a part of our spiritual heritage. The Bible is replete with parables, enigmatic stories that challenge our intellect and stir our emotions. These riddles of the divine are not meant to provide simple answers, but to provoke deep contemplation about the nature of existence and the mysteries that lie beyond. They are puzzles woven with symbolism, inviting us to decipher layers of meaning that speak to both our rational minds and our innermost spirits. As we revisit these ancient parables, we find that each story holds a mirror to our own struggles with faith, doubt, and the quest for truth. The enigmatic nature of these narratives compels us to confront the possibility that the answers we seek may lie hidden beneath the surface of conventional understanding. A revelation that the divine communicates in ways that are as mysterious as they are profound. With these enigmatic riddles echoing in our minds, we approach one of the most transformative narratives in the Bible. The resurrection stands as a cornerstone of biblical hope, a moment when the barrier of death was irrevocably shattered. This event not only redefined the nature of life and death, but also offered a powerful testament to the possibility of renewal and transformation. In the aftermath of resurrection, the boundaries between the mortal and the eternal become fluid, hinting at a reality where death is not the end, but a passage to something far greater. The narrative challenges us to envision a future where the legacy of life persists beyond the grave, resonating through the ages in acts of faith and love. Yet, even as we embrace this hopeful vision, questions remain. If resurrection is the promise of a new beginning, what then of the silent vigil that the dead are said to maintain? This tension between finality and renewal fuels our ongoing quest for understanding. As our journey nears its culmination, we confront the eternal question that has stirred both wonder and apprehension throughout the ages. At the heart of our exploration lies a question that has resonated through the corridors of time. Do the dead truly watch over us? This inquiry is not merely academic. It touches the very core of our spiritual existence and our longing for connection. Beyond the physical realm, the biblical narratives present a spectrum of possibilities, from the detached silence of the departed to the enduring influence of a legacy that inspires and guides. As we weigh the evidence, we find that the answer may not be a simple affirmation or denial. Instead, it may reside in a realm of ambiguity, where faith and mystery converge. This chapter invites us to embrace the uncertainty, to acknowledge that some aspects of the divine remain beyond our full comprehension, and to accept that the interplay between life and death is a mystery that calls for both reverence and inquiry. Now, as we approach the final chapter of this journey, we prepare to unveil the culmination of our reflections, a final revelation that seeks not only to answer, but to inspire further contemplation. In this concluding chapter, we return to the central mystery that has guided our exploration, the question of whether the dead watch over us. Throughout our journey, we have traversed ancient texts and timeless truths, examined prophetic warnings and miraculous events, and contemplated the very nature of life beyond death. The Bible, in its multifaceted wisdom, does not offer a simplistic answer. Instead, it invites us to engage with the mystery, to allow our hearts to be both comforted and challenged by the profound questions of existence. The echoes of those who have passed are not necessarily a direct presence, but a reminder of the enduring impact of a life lived in faith and the hope of eternal renewal. Their silent vigil may be interpreted as a call to live with purpose, to honor the legacy of our ancestors, and to trust that the divine, in all its mystery, continues to guide our journey, even when the path seems shrouded in darkness. If this exploration has stirred your curiosity, if the layers of mystery and hope have resonated with your own spiritual quest, I invite you to join our community. Please like this video, subscribe to the channel for more in-depth discussions on biblical mysteries, and share your experiences or insights in the comments below. Your engagement enriches this dialogue, fostering a space where we can collectively explore the profound questions of life, death, and the divine. Thank you for accompanying us on this journey until the very end. May the mystery inspire you, and may your quest for truth continue with unwavering faith.